Okay guys, good evening. We are going to have a short one because I am on my way to football, but obviously I've got to update you about what's been going on for, yesterday and today. So yesterday obviously came back from Adam's house, had a great day. It's been a little bit of an emotional one because tomorrow is exactly 1 year since Curtis, his son, died, who was, sort of mid-20s, very young, died of sepsis. That's why I did the whole boxing thing, raising money for Sepsis Trust as well in his name. So he's been very emotional. So I've got to make sure that I check in with him tomorrow. Today went for the MRI on my ankles. It was actually a bit longer than I thought. They actually did single leg at a time. I thought maybe they would just stick both legs in there and away you go. Obviously I wasn't legs akimbo and everything like that, just like that. I was laying in there for 40 odd minutes, 20 minutes a leg. So that went well. But what was a bit annoying, he said, oh yeah, just get your GP to contact us and we'll send you, we just need an email to send it to. I was like, okay, cool. But then when I went back to the doctor, they said, it's going to take like 2 weeks to get the results. So like, how does that work? Like, it's a private thing, so it's going to be pretty in. But then again, they might have no availability for 2 weeks anyway at the NHS place, so I don't know. So I've got to wait 2 weeks for that anyway. But what's nice, great news, the fact we're on episode 13 now, 14, something like that. We're a good few episodes in, but what's good is the fact that I was looking at my my stats and statistics from the podcast uploads across all what would you call them, platforms. Yeah, got to get with the lingo. Across all platforms, and we've had listeners from the United States. So all of those people that are listening from the United States, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this mad Brit go on about all sorts of things in his head. So if you would like to be the same as these guys or girls or whoever in the States listening to me rambling on, please do hit that subscribe button, please do hit the like, and please do hit that notification bell so you are in fact updated on when the next episode goes live. There will be a new episode going up pretty soon, so make sure you are the first to be involved. So thank you so much if you're listening from the States, thank you so much if you're listening from the UK, and thank you so much for just listening and being you and being part of the Riding Shotgun podcast cult things. I have to apologise about these text messages going on because these are the boys that I'm just about to go play football with, and they're going on and on and on and on and on about absolutely nothing really. Basically what it is that someone pipes up and says something, but clearly it's invoking a reaction to please come and pick me up because I don't want to spend money on a taxi. It's always the same. Like, just go, and if you can't get there, don't commit to it. If you can get there, that's how you get there. Or learn to drive. Simple as that, isn't it, really? Simple as that. I know not all of us are fortunate enough to have good jobs, but if you can't afford something or you can't get somewhere, you just don't. Make your own way there. Be reliant on yourself, and that is it. So, as an update as well, I know in the last episode I said about, the weird thing that happened at the petrol station, where I put 30 quid worth of petrol into my car and got less miles than what I went in with. Turns out it was actually a thing. Like, I didn't know you could get an air bubble in your petrol. So literally, as I was riding along yesterday, like I went from 30 miles left, which was a lot less than what I went in there with, to 260 miles. I was like, banging, awesome. Now I don't have to complain. Let's face it, if you did put 30 quid's worth of, this idiot, like, why on earth would you literally just jump out on me, like, when you can see that I'm coming? Absolute donut. Absolute donut. You know, there has been some bad drivers in the last couple of days, some really bad drivers. And, yeah, they've just done some really appalling driving. And I don't understand why they decide to then, like, stick their fingers up and stuff when they're in the wrong. And I just don't get that. I really don't get that. But now we are stuck in traffic. Excellent. Well, it's okay, because I've got 25 minutes before I have to be at football anyway, so playing at PSA tonight, so that's great. But yeah, we've got the big one coming up on Sunday. Can't wait for that. But yeah, I'm just hoping that this MRI comes back in the next couple of weeks and says that something can be done about these ankles, because quite frankly, playing through the pain is just not gravy anymore. It's really not gravy anymore. I would prefer to have... I mean, I can't keep swallowing painkillers because, I mean, ultimately, they're not actually doing anything. They're not doing anything at all, because the pain is still there. Even the anti-inflammatories, they're not doing anything either. So really, I think I need something a little bit more intrusive to go and do something, you know. So yeah, in terms of tomorrow, I just don't know how to help Adam, to be honest, because he's obviously in a bad way with the fact that, you know, his son's died and everything. But, you know, he lives so far away from me, and I can't just drive around there. Plus, he's got a business to run as well, and I don't really want to intrude on that, because he says, like, he's having a day off from work, which is fair enough if you're going to be down and, you know, miserable and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I had this thought, right, of starting up an Instagram page of I mean, every time I'm with him, he just falls asleep, and he started to say things, well, I'm just so comfortable, you know, I'm relaxed and I'm comfortable, so I just fall asleep. I'm like, well, yeah, but, like, I'm halfway talking to you. And he did say some really stupid shit as well. He literally was halfway asleep, and you can see when his eyes are about to go, and he just starts talking some random bollocks. And yesterday, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, he was half asleep with his eyes kind of, you know, doing the whole fighting it thing, and he'd just come out with, I saw that. And I asked him, what did you see? And he went, I have no idea. I don't know. And what was the other one? Oh, wow. Yeah, he just come out with a wow. So I don't know what that was about either. But yeah, he does talk some random stuff. But then I fell asleep and he said I just snored. So at least I was just bragging about being asleep, rather than just trying to have a conversation with him that made absolutely no bloody sense whatsoever. Mind you, he doesn't make sense on the best of times. So he would be quite good to do a podcast with, I tell you. It's just a shame that we live so far apart. It's like, literally, if I was just around the corner, I would totally be doing a podcast where I would invite his bands every week to talk about their music and where they come from and all that kind of malark. But it's just so far away. Like, it's an hour and a half drive just to get to him. So I can't really be going down there every bloody Friday and Saturday just to interview bands in their green room. So yeah, bit of a pain. But that would be a seriously good podcast, interviewing local bands. That would be awesome, interviewing local bands. Because then it might go to something a little bit more prestigious, or someone might ask me on something, or they might go, well, they do something different. They might get more, bigger, better bands in there because of that, because of the following. I don't know. It could lead to anything, but I feel that's because of logistics, it's an opportunity missed. Because I could certainly do things a bit different. I could even kit that green room out with loads of mics and a desk and just really invest in it, or get the pub to invest in it so they keep everything. And I'm just the host, as it were. Because then you could hire out that as a podcast suite, like the rest of the week. And people doing podcasts could actually go there and do their thing, which would be sweet, because it's in London as well. Well, Staines. It's not really London, but it's close enough. So yeah, a bit of an opportunity missed, that one, I think, which is kind of annoying, because I would actually really love to do that, because obviously I'm deeply into music. I love my podcasting, obviously, because I've just started this. So yeah, it would be great. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not exactly going to go moving around there, am I? It's bloody expensive to do that. But I mean, he did mention, like, why didn't you come and rent my back room? I was like, because I've got more stuff than you can handle. Plus, I like my own space, and not being horrible or anything. He's not the tidiest of people. Like, there is a few bits and pieces laying around that. Okay, my house isn't spotless. I get that, but I would at least make it very, very, very nice if he was to come and stay. Whereas I go and stay, and I've never seen his second sofa devoid of clothes. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, but that's him. That's the way he lives, and I've got to respect that. And I don't complain, because obviously he puts me up for the night when I go down there, and I sleep on the sofa. But because that's another thing as well. He always says, I'm gonna make that, the back room there is gonna make it into a bedroom, buy a bed, it'd be amazing, you can go sleep there, it'd be awesome, rah da 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 da. Like, that was like a year ago. And like, I think I slept in that back room once on like a camp bed, and it was the worst bed I've ever slept on in my entire life. And he goes, I've slept on it loads of times. Yeah, no, I used to put it in the back of the van when I was on my rounds doing the deliveries and stuff like that. Really? You've slept on it, have you? Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I always slept on it. It was fantastic. It's the most uncomfortable sleep ever. It's basically a metal frame with a canvas top. That's all it is. And he came back to me like a month after I said that and went, yeah, I slept on that bed. I said, it's bloody awful. I went, I told you, and you said it was lovely. I went, it's clearly not the case, is it, mate? Clearly not the case. Lying out of your butthole. Oh, and that's another thing he said yesterday as well. Really tickled me. I was like, where are you getting this? He reckons the dinosaurs never existed. Like, they've never dug up a dinosaur bone ever. All of the dinosaurs that are in natural history museums are all plastic. They don't have any copies of them. They've made them up. It's just lies. I went, so every scientist around the globe, every paleontologist around the world, every history book around the world has been lying to you. Is that what you're saying? I went, no. It's just they just never existed. So dinosaurs never existed. You've never, ever, ever been found. They've literally gone and never dug up a dinosaur ever. I was just like, you're chatting shit, mate. Sorry, you are chatting shit. Like, you don't just make up an animal that is extinct. Like, for what reason? For what possible plausible reason? And you've got fossils out there and all that kind of thing. You can actually see fossilized stuff from God knows how long ago. You can see fossilized bones from God knows how long ago. And he's like, no, it never existed. Just thought, wow. You don't have to come. And he's like, do your research. I thought, oh, Christ, I thought we got rid of that saying through COVID. Do your research. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to research why dinosaurs don't exist. Because they're extinct. Nightmare. Anyway. So we're getting close to the football centre now. So I will wrap this up for the break. When we come back, you can find out exactly how I got on with football, how I didn't break my leg, and how bloody hungry I am already, and whether I survived going through an hour of football at high intensity with zero food in my belly. I mean, I have eaten today. I have had chicken and in a wrap and stuff like that, and that was very nice. But it just seems like I was talking to someone there just before we came on, and I'm always hungry. I'm always just that slightly edged of cold, and I'm always bloody tired at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's like boredom or comfort, or I have no idea. Absolutely no clue. Jesus, he was on the wrong side of the road. Absolutely no clue. So I'll have to figure that one out and see where we go. But ultimately, I think I've got to start eating more food, because I am moving more. Definitely moving more. You know what they say, eat more, move more. So, yep, like I said, after the break, when we come back, you'll see a very sweaty, footballed out mess where I've been playing an hour of football on limited food, probably being a bit hungry as well. So I will see you in just a moment. There is Harry already. He's ready to go. He's here. I'll check you guys in a bit. Well, guys, we are back. We are back. And I tell you what, that was a really, really enjoyable game of football. Nice and even, lots of goals, lots of assists, lots of running, and my ankles felt slightly okay. It was a little bit of pain at the end, but yeah, not bad. Sorry, it's going red there. That's the brake lights of the car in front. So yeah, I actually scored 4 goals tonight. Really good. Set up a few as well. Played really, really well. So I'm hoping that transfers to Friday, and yeah, we can actually make some headway in a new season. I'm just really hoping that after Sunday's session and today's session, that I've lost a little bit of weight, because although, you know, I have kind of tried to be on point, my efforts over the last couple of days with Adam have not been the best choices ever in food and drink. Although I wasn't drunk, so I did have a couple of Jack Daniels and a couple of beers, but nothing crazy. So I don't know, we'll see how we go. I mean, clearly it's different to what I usually do, but yeah, so we'll see how it is. But yeah, really good game of football tonight, really good game of football, and yeah, we'll see how we go on Friday. I mean, they were talking about doing another day as well, so that some of the lads that aren't playing Friday do get 2 games of football a week. Whether the boys will want to do that, I don't know, because literally at the moment, some days, well, some weeks, someone like myself who does play all of the football on the days, we will be playing 4 games a week then, which is a hell of a commitment, especially with my ankles. I'm not sure if it'll even take that, to be fair, because it will be Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and then one other day, which could be like a Tuesday or a Thursday or something. Just don't know. But we shall see what they want to do. I mean, if I feel up to it and I'm able to with like work and shit like that, then yeah, maybe with like my ankles being okay, because I do know that, you know, I do need a day of rest after I play each time, because my ankles do swell up a little bit and they do give me a little bit of jip. When I say a little bit, I mean a lot. They do hurt and they are stiff the next day, so yeah, it is what it is, I'm afraid. But we shall see, we shall see. So I'm feeling kind of hungry now, but I don't want to order takeaway. I haven't been shopping this week yet, so I do need to get some food. So I'm a bit stuck, really. All I've had today is my chicken wraps and a bag of crisps, which again is not the best decisions ever. But it gave me energy to play tonight, and I felt really good playing as well. Really good. But I feel like I've got a decision to make, because obviously I went on a date the other day. Although I'm not talking to anyone else, I'm not seeing anyone else. It's a case of, do I want to go on a second date with this girl? And there are some reasons for and some reasons against. I mean, she's not typically my usual type that I would go for. She is a very nice girl, seems to be anyway. We have friends in common, which is kind of good and bad points, because obviously, you've got the same group of friends, but also if things go pear-shaped or, it just doesn't work out, then you might lose friends because of it. But yeah, no, I mean, she's quite pretty, slim, into her sport as well. Talks about football as well, which is nice, because obviously I go on about football a fucking lot. A lot. Yeah. I don't know. I think I should at least explore the possibility. I don't think I should just say no because I have a couple of questions. I don't even know the girl. But that last time that I met up with her, 4 hours did go fairly quick. But I'm not getting that. It's been well over a week now since we met up, and I haven't had that I really want to see her again kind of thing. I didn't really get that feeling, and I don't know whether that's just because of other bits that are going on at the moment. I'm just too busy to think about it, or I'm just not getting that vibe. I don't know. But again, I don't feel like she's getting that vibe either, because it's not as if I don't get that feeling that she's wanting to, like she's hankering to see me again. So I don't know. I think that's why it's probably worth going on a second date just to see, and maybe instead of drinks and stuff, because I don't really like drinking on a date, and I don't really like drinking at all, to be honest. I did so much of it when I was younger that I just got bored of it. As soon as I left Spain, I was like, do you know what? I'm just done with drinking. Really am. But I tell you what, actually, who was it I was talking to? I think it was Adam yesterday. That was it, yes. Adam was talking to his friend yesterday on FaceTime, and she's significantly younger than him, and he's got a bit of a crush on her. He's probably going to hate me, because you can really pin that down to who it is if you actually know. But she was going through, the story of what happened the night before when she went out and got drunk and things like that. And she was saying, I picked up on it, and I always pick up on it because it's something that really grinds my gears, and I hate it. I really hate it. And as soon as I hear it, I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. When someone is telling a story, and instead of being descriptive or whatever, they will say, he was like, and she was like, and they was like, and he was like, and they was like, and I was like, and she was. Honestly, find it, don't grind it. And honestly, it drives me up the wall. And I picked up on it on his phone call yesterday, because he was sitting right next to me. And even in time, I said, and she was like, and she said it at the same time. And he was trying not to laugh. But yeah, that sort of thing just absolutely grinds my gears. Really grinds my gears. So, the fact that I went on this date and she didn't start saying I was like, she was like, they was like, is a good thing. But I think that's probably because she's educated. She's a little bit educated, so there's a little bit more of a vocabulary there than just I was like and she was like and they was like, he was like, they was like. I fucking hate that, honestly. Whenever somebody starts saying that, just drives me up the wall. It's like someone putting knives across a plate. Really drives me crazy. And it originated when I first started hearing that sort of thing and picking up on it. And ultimately, it kind of ruined the relationship for me, because I just didn't want to hear what anybody had to say or she had to say, because it was always like that. I was like, she was like, and I was like, and it weren't even funny or anything like that. So in all honesty, it ruined the relationship, and she was just the worst. So boring. Relied on me for absolutely everything, and texting me like 300 times a day. And that's not even an exaggeration. I actually counted one day, because it was just an excessive amount of text messaging. So, sort your gears out. So every time it was a text message throughout the day. I'm just getting in the bath. Just got out of the bath. What are you doing? Where are you at? Just doing this. Just making dinner. What you having? I'm having this. When are you getting? And if I ignored her, it was either I was asleep or I'm ignoring her. And she must have thought I was the sleepiest guy ever, because like, I always said, oh no, I was having a sleep. Really, I was just ignoring her, because she used to send me 6 text messages before 6 a.m. in the morning, because I started work at 6 and she started work at 5, so she'd been up an hour before and sent me 6. What can you possibly have to talk about? And then when I go around and see her, I have nothing to talk about, because she's told me everything over text message. It's crazy. Anyway, that's my rant and that's my evening. I'm going to go and enjoy some food, hopefully see the second half of Man City versus West Ham, and hopefully Man City pick up the points and continue their dominance towards the title. I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and turning on their notification bells. And I will see you for the next one. Take care. Have a great evening. Peace.